Welcome to another video. This one here is going to go through how to basically get an image prepared and uploaded to the site to be used in a web page, one of the pages perhaps. So I got a little demo set up for you. We're already logged in here to WordPress, and our images are basically uploaded to this media section right into one giant folder here. Again, I don't have a lot of subfolders created yet, but for right now to get us up and running, we're just dumping everything here. So to upload a new image, we're going to upload it here with the add new. To use one of these images, really there's nothing you really need to do other than to reference this image. When the time comes, I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is click add new, and you can see that you can either drag or drop folders here, files here, and I have a little salute image here, but that image is actually really big. So what I want to show you is first, how can I edit the size of that image so that it's the right size or close to the right size before I upload it, so that I'm not creating some huge file up there and then shrinking it down to the size I want, because that actually makes web pages load real slow. Because even though you make the size of the picture smaller the way you view it, it still takes up just as much data. So to do that, what we might want to do is look at another reference image. So this is the current website, and this is the volunteering site, and this image right here is 300 by 300. I know that because I created the image, but on most web browsers you can actually look at a reference image and you can say something like view image or open the image in a separate window. I'll show you just the image. Then if you right click it and view image or view properties, I think it is on Windows, you'll be able to highlight the image, which you can see there, and it tells me what it is. Actually, I was wrong. This one's 600 by 600. So I'm going to want my, let's say we wanted 600 by 300 based on this image. I want it to be more of a portrait. So as long as I have an idea of about what I want it to be, that would work enough to give me a starting point. Again, this is just to get a guideline on how big something is when you're looking at it on the screen, so that you can then decide how big do I want my image to be, or about how big do I want my image to be. So I have Adobe and I use Photoshop to resize my images. Every computer has a ton of different programs. However, in order to give you some instruction, I picked a site called befunky.com. And befunky.com, HTTPS, www.befunky.com, is a site that is a cool little, easy to use photo editor right here. So you don't have to have an application that's going to look the same whether you're on Windows or you're on Mac. I'm going to click it, and basically the first thing I'm going to have to do is upload a photo. So I'm going to click upload up here, select my computer, and I'm going to go to my desktop and find our salute. And we'll just open that one, and there is our image that we are going to edit. Now for this sake, for this particular lesson, I'm going to try to maybe isolate this middle person just a little bit more and get rid of everybody else. So the first thing I'm going to do is want to crop it. Now when you crop, it gives you this kind of slidey window around. Most image editors do this, but you can also type in the size you want to crop to here. So let's just, because I want to show you how to resize the whole image, I'm going to put something wrong here. I'm going to put 900 by, let's do 450. Nope. I missed the 0. Hold on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and resize it. You can see I can crop that to something about that size. So I'm going to make it actually a little smaller once we're done. Actually let's make that a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to crop that off. I'm going to hit OK. And you can kind of see we've cropped out that image. They've got other things in here. A vignette, for example, it'll kind of dim out the edges. We'll go ahead and leave that on. You can play with this all you want. Exposure, if you're trying to enhance the light or something like that, you can change the brightness. We'll bring that up a little bit. That's fine. So again, you guys can play with this. The whole idea is to be able to resize and crop. So I'm going to hit resize and lock aspect ratio. If I don't and I resize this, it's going to either squish or stretch my image. So I'm going to leave that stretched, and I want to get this closer to 600 wide, and if I hit tab to go to the other field, you'll see how it automatically made the height the same ratio as the width to keep the aspect ratio together. So it didn't stretch this person out or squish them. So that's the size I wanted to work with, and I'm going to hit OK. And I'm done. Now I'm going to just save my image. Okay, I'm going to save it to my computer, and we'll leave it called file name. And you get JPEG or PNG. The difference between the two is PNG really is the one that can have the transparent background, where JPEG is not. So I usually put this at 100%, and I'll save it, and I'll save it on my desktop as Salute Adjusted, just so we know which one it was. And now I'm done with this website. So befunky.com, again, you click on the photo editor. It's a free little product. So the next thing is go back here and get this uploaded there. Now I'm going to drag this one and drop it right there. And you can see it here, and you can see it uploaded already. And there's the picture of it. And I can go into, click on media into the library, and I should be able to find it there. It's right there, Salute Adjusted. And I can hit view. I want to make sure that's the right one, and I get information about that item. So I'm going to go back. So now I can actually insert this into a page. Now I've saved the page because creating pages is a different video. But if I want to insert the image into a video, into a page, I'll basically, I have a demonstration page here. I'm going to go into all pages. I'm going to click on this to edit it. And I put this blah, 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 a lot of text in there, just have something to work around. I'm going to go to the end here, and I simply hit Add Media. When I hit Add Media, I'll be able to see all our images. I'll see the one that I added. This is the, if I click on it, it puts a checkbox. Don't double click it or it unchecks it again. And I can verify it is the right size and the right image here that we wanted, and also insert the page. And it's really that easy. Okay, you get it inserted. Now you'll notice the word wrap didn't work the way I want. Okay, that's probably not the best thing I could have done. So I can highlight this, and I can change the type of word wrap. I can word wrap to the right. I can word wrap to the left. I've been word wrapping to the left now. You'll notice it's really not looking all that cool. So what I'm going to do is drag this, and you'll notice the blinky, my cursor's right here now. So it depends on where you end your cursor as to how much and what wraps around it. So you can kind of play around with that and drop it at specific places, and it's helpful. Right now my cursor is here on this line. So if my cursor, if I drop it to the third line, it's going to, let me just paste in a little bit more text to give us a little bit more to work with. And you can see if you drag it to just the right line, it should wrap around none of the, the top lines. In this case, I want a little bit on the top, a little bit on the bottom, and do like that. And then you can play with the different alignments however you like. But that's pretty much how you get a image into a page, and you make sure it's the right size to begin with, have a good idea of what you want that page to be. And when you're doing that, you can always hit the view preview changes over here on the right, and you get a pretty good idea of what that page is going to look like when you're done with it. Okay, so that's images. Now, if you're replacing an image and you go into media, you're going to want to replace it with the same name because everything's referenced by name. So if I wanted to replace this with adjusted, I have to overwrite this one so that I can, anything that references that anywhere on the website actually will know it's the same picture. All right, so that is images in your media. One last note is you can also upload other things here like PDFs. For example, here is the 2005 Fall Ad Book PDF. It's currently referenced by a hyperlink. I'm doing hyperlinks in a different video. But uploading files to here is done the same, whether it's a PDF, a JPEG, or whatever you're uploading it. You just hit the Add New, and you literally drag and drop them into this dotted box here. So it's really fairly easy to do. The only thing that I've asked is if you actually are taking something off the web page and it references a document that's no longer in use, the best thing for you guys to do is to go to your image, let's say this one, and delete it. Okay? And delete it permanently. You should have copies of these elsewhere. The web page is not the place to maintain files and old copies, though I see a lot of admins doing it. So that what we have up here is what we're actually using. All right, hope that made sense. Simple how to upload and download, upload and assign a picture. The next video you will be going into will deal with hyperlinks and pages and stuff like that. Have a great day.